Today, we're making teriyaki salmon, a super quick and easy recipe that's perfect for any weekday lunch or dinner as it comes together in less than half an hour. The salmon is incredibly flavorful and flaky, and we'll be making everything from scratch, including the teriyaki sauce and the dressing for the iceberg salad that no teriyaki plate is complete without. This is a staple in my household, and it will be in yours too. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now the first thing we'll do is make our teriyaki sauce. So to a sauce pot on medium, we'll add in a cup of soy sauce, and any kind of soy sauce is fine. I just use the Kikkoman brand. To that, we'll add in half a cup of granulated sugar, a tablespoon of mirin, a tablespoon of sake, and I'm not just using any old sake, I'm actually using a Vietnamese American rice wine from Blue Phoenix instead, which has subtle notes of pineapple and yuzu, which perfectly complements this sauce in my opinion. I'll add a discount code for 10% off and free shipping in the details below. Now to our sauce, I'll add in some minced garlic and some freshly grated ginger. And I will say I typically prefer a thinner teriyaki sauce for most things, but for salmon in particular, I want a thicker sauce that will really glaze our salmon. So to this, I'll add a cornstarch slurry that I'll use to thicken up our sauce just a little bit. I'll bring this up to a boil, reduce the heat, and we'll let the sauce reduce to your desired consistency. And then I also decided that the garlic and ginger was a bit chunkier than I wanted, so I strained it out before pouring it into my sauce bottle. Now, this recipe makes about 10 ounces of teriyaki sauce, and this will hold in your fridge for about a week. Once that's done, we'll put that to the side and we'll make our teriyaki salad dressing. Now, this salad dressing recipe is actually one of my most popular recipes, with over 5 million views across all platforms, and it's so easy to make. Now to a food processor, we'll add in half a cup of Kewpie mayo, and if you don't have Kewpie, you can definitely sub for regular mayo and just add in a bit of MSG instead. And to that, we'll add in 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. Half a tablespoon of soy sauce, just a touch of sesame oil, and a little bit goes a long way here. And we'll finish our dressing with a tablespoon of minced garlic. We'll give that a couple of pulses and then we'll get that well incorporated. Now, I do like using a food processor for this as it whips more air into the dressing, giving it a lighter consistency. But you can also mix this by hand instead, and if you do, I would also recommend just substituting fresh minced garlic for garlic powder instead. We'll get this into a squeeze bottle, and I promise you, this is going to be your new favorite salad dressing. It's honestly that good. Now that we have our sauces made, I'll just finally chop up some green onions to use as a garnish later, and then it's finally time to make our salmon. Now I have an Atlantic salmon fillet, and this is just about a pound, so I'm gonna cut this in half. We'll leave the skin on, but you can remove it if you prefer. Now to a nonstick pan on medium-high heat, we'll add in a splash of oil, and then we'll add in the salmon skin side down. We'll season our salmon gently with some salt, and we'll cook this for about 7 to 8 minutes, flipping halfway in between. Now once that's done, I'm gonna cut the heat and I'll drizzle in our teriyaki sauce while the pan is still hot. And I'll just let our teriyaki sauce reduce and glaze onto our salmon. Now when the salmon is cooked to your desired doneness, it's time to plate. Now, I just have some long grain white jasmine rice because that's what we always use at home. But from what I've seen from most teriyaki restaurants here in Seattle, they typically use a cal rose grain instead. But honestly, you can use whatever you have. Now we'll get our rice into a bowl, flip that onto our plate for the aesthetics, and then I'm gonna add in a handful of the iceberg lettuce mix. And to me, this is honestly the ultimate side for teriyaki, and it's not really teriyaki without it for me. We'll get our salmon fillet onto the plate, and then we'll add a generous amount of our salad dressing over our salad, and some teriyaki sauce over our salmon and rice. We'll garnish our plate with some green onions and some sesame seeds. And just like that, you've made teriyaki salmon at home in less than half an hour. As always, the principal recipe is on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments section what your go-to order is at your favorite teriyaki spot. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
These sauces are fire. Salmon is buttery and flaky, super flavorful.